Today, we're comparing two of the biggest names in online business banking, Bluevine and Mercury, and figuring out which one is actually right for your business. Full transparency here, Bluevine's been my main checking account for years. So when they reached out about partnering on this video, it was an easy yes. Whereas with Mercury, this account I'm opening right now for my new startup. So this isn't me just reading off their websites. This is my real experience running a media company, a community, and now a SaaS business. By the end of this video, you'll know who each platform is really for, the honest pros and cons, and the drawbacks people don't usually talk about. And stick around because both of these platforms are running solid cash bonuses right now for new accounts. But before we get into Bluevine and Mercury specifically, let's quickly talk about why online platforms like these even matter compared to big name banks like Chase. Chase is great if you want in-person service, but it comes with real trade-offs. Their basic business checking account charges a $15 monthly fee unless you keep a $2,000 minimum balance or meet other qualifying activities. And Chase, like most big banks, typically pays no interest at all on your checking account balance. But Bluevine and Mercury flip that. No monthly fees to worry about. And Bluevine pays interest on your checking balance across its different plans. In addition, they bundle additional perks, including cash flow tools like invoicing, bill pay, and payment processing inside the same account. On top of that, both platforms connect much more easily with the software you're probably already using, things like QuickBooks, Stripe, and other business tools, since they are specifically built from the ground up to be online first. In summary, big banks like Chase are meant for in-person banking, versus Mercury and Bluevine are meant for a more seamless and easy online experience. But before we can really compare features, here's something important you do need to understand. Neither Mercury or Bluevine are a bank. Technically, they are financial technology companies. More specifically, Bluevine is a financial technology company that was founded back in 2013. The founder started it after watching his own dad struggle with cash flow. So from day one, Bluevine was built to solve cash flow problems for small businesses. Think checking, invoicing, payments, bill pay, and credit all running in one platform. And then when it comes to the actual banking, it's handled by their partner bank, Coastal Community Bank, member FDIC. In similar fashion, Mercury is a financial technology company that works with partner banks too, mainly Choice Financial Group and Column NA. But the difference about Mercury is that it is a newer platform. It is tailored towards a different kind of customer. And here's a fun bit of insider knowledge. Mercury's been making moves towards becoming its own fully chartered bank instead of working through partners. So right away, here's the simple version. Bluevine is built around small businesses and cash flow, whereas Mercury is built around startups and tech. That difference matters a lot when you're deciding which one fits you, which brings me to really breaking down each company. First up with Bluevine, there's no monthly fees. They offer a free business checking account with no minimum balance requirements. They also offer different tiers based off the functionality and interest you want to earn. As it relates to its credibility in the business industry, NerdWallet actually named Bluevine their best online business checking account for 2026, which is a pretty big recognition in my book. When it comes to the interest they offer, and this is a big one, Bluevine pays interest right on your checking account balance, whereas most business checking accounts pay nothing at all. And so with Bluevine's free standard plan, you can get up to 1.3% APY on balances up to $250,000, as long as you hit their small monthly activity requirement. But that's not it. And so if you want even more interest, you can opt into their higher tiered plans. And what's nice is that with these higher tier plans, you can get the fee waived if you meet certain requirements. And so if you want to know which account is best for you, you can use their interest calculator, which will tell you how much additional money you will earn just from the cash sitting in your account. And I can personally say I've made over $1,000 passively just from the money sitting in my Bluevine account. And so the main takeaway is that you should be making money on your idle cash rather than having it sit in an account where no interest is earned at all. And so in addition to their high APY, the money in your account will also be FDIC insured up to $3 million through Bluevine's partner banks. That's well past the standard $250,000 you've probably seen across the industry. But the part that doesn't get talked about enough is that Bluevine isn't just where I park my money, it's where I run my cash flow. You can send invoices and get paid inside the platform. It allows you to share payment links with clients, handle bill pay, accounts payable, and receivable all in the same dashboard. That's 3 or 4 separate subscriptions collapsed into one. But it doesn't stop there. They also offer sub-accounts. To explain it in simple terms, with sub-accounts, you can split your balance into buckets. You can have one for taxes, payroll, operating expenses, and savings. So when tax season hits, that money was never sitting in your spending balance, tempting you to spend it. Simple feature, but it solves a real problem almost every business owner has. In addition, we have their funding products, which is the real differentiator. Bluevine started as a lending company before it ever offered business checking. You can apply for lines of credit up to $250,000, term loans up to $500,000, and SBA loans, which is more than I can say for a lot of the other banking platforms. And then lastly, no matter whether you're a sole proprietor, LLC, S Corp, or C Corporation, you can apply for a Bluevine account, as it truly is open to all different types of business owners. Plus, it's open to nonprofits as well. And so if you are a sole proprietor and haven't formed a business entity yet, you're able to apply to a Bluevine checking account with just your social security number, with no EIN required. And so it is truly versatile and welcome to all different types of small business owners. But Bluevine isn't perfect. And so one of its drawbacks is that it isn't built for a startup ecosystem. So if you're looking for investor connections or fundraising tools, Bluevine isn't the best platform. In addition, with Bluevine, you can deposit at over 90,000 Greenpoint retail locations, but it's $4.95 per deposit with a $2,000 daily limit. But on a good note, withdrawals are free at over 37,000 MoneyPass ATM locations. It's really the depositing where the fees can add up. And so if you are a cash heavy business, I would look into other options. One more thing worth mentioning, and this applies to Mercury just as much as it applies to Bluevine, is that they don't offer any in-person banking. And so if you want that feature and functionality, you will need to consider other options. Now let's talk about Mercury, since I'm actually opening this account for my new startup right now. The interface is generally excellent. This is the thing everyone says about Mercury, and it's true. The dashboard feels like a modern app, not an old school website. On the account itself, there's no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and no overdraft fees, and opening an account is fast. You can be up and running in about 10 minutes. And to be fair, on the interest question, Mercury does have an answer here. Their checking doesn't pay interest, but they do offer Mercury Treasury, where you can move idle cash into a separate account and earn a yield on it. The difference is that it's a separate product you have to actively move money into, whereas with Bluevine, the balance that's already sitting in your checking is the balance that is earning. Moving back to Mercury, it's a great option for international founders, as Mercury is known for being one of the easier platforms to use if you have a US business but you don't live in the US yourself. And here's a feature worth knowing about too. Mercury offers a personal banking option called Mercury Personal, so you can manage your personal money and your business money in one place. That's genuinely convenient if you want everything under one roof, though it comes with its own separate yearly subscription. But for the tech-minded people, it can be well worth it. Plus, Mercury does also give you automations and something called API access. In plain English, that means you can set up rules that automatically move your money around on their own without you lifting a finger. And you can even connect Mercury directly into your own software or apps, so your banking talks to your other business tools automatically. And for a SaaS company, having that kind of direct, hands-off control over my banking is exactly what I benefit from. But at the same time, Mercury isn't perfect. It's generally built for startups and tech companies. So if your business is more traditional, think retail, local services, you might not get as much value out of the extra tools. And here's a big one. Mercury does not support sole proprietors at all. You need a registered US business like an LLC or a corporation, meaning you've officially formed a company through your state along with an EIN. So if you're a freelancer or a solo business owner without a formal entity, Mercury simply isn't an option like the way Bluevine is. Another drawback of Mercury is that you can't deposit cash at all, no matter what. And if you use an out-of-network ATM, you could still run into operator fees. So if your business handles a lot of cash, that's something to think through carefully with Mercury. And then lastly, Mercury is relatively new in the online business banking space. And so if you're looking for a more established online platform, Bluevine is your answer. But don't leave just yet. Let me break down the sign-up bonuses. And so with Mercury, they are currently offering a $250 cash bonus when you open a new account and deposit $10,000 within your first 90 days. According to their guidelines, once you meet that balance for one business day, the bonus should land directly into your account within a few days. Now let's move on to Bluevine. And so they are currently offering a $500 cash bonus, which is 2 times Mercury's bonus. But I want to be real with you about what it actually takes. You do need to deposit $5,000 in the first 30 days of account opening, then keep a $5,000 minimum balance. On top of that, you do need to receive deposits through eligible merchant services. And so when you really break down the bonuses, with Mercury, you can park your cash and then receive the bonus, but Bluevine relies on you conducting normal business activity. And so if you're ready to really do some business, that Bluevine bonus can really pay off. But as always, promos change their terms pretty often. So double check the current offer and apply as soon as you're ready, as you wouldn't want to miss out. And so when you think about which one you should actually use, here's my honest take based on actually using both. Bluevine is for the business owner that's tired of running invoicing here, bill pay there, payment somewhere else, and then starting from scratch with a lender when it is time to get funding. They're also for business owners who want to earn interest on their cash right away. In addition, it's for business owners that aren't yet ready to incorporate. And so no matter if you're running your business as a sole proprietorship, LLC, corporation, or nonprofit, Bluevine is a solid option. Now compare that with Mercury. It is for the tech and startup company that has an established business entity and will greatly benefit from automations and tech-heavy tools. And so if you really think about it, they attract two different types of audiences. And so there we have the real breakdown. Feel free to click the link in the description below to secure your bonus and open a business checking account. If you found this video helpful, feel free to drop a comment below. I can't wait to see you next time, and don't forget to take action on your dreams.